And now, your host, Couch Tomato!
I just put my trust in the guy and I said, look, he's working with Warner Brothers again. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they're going to let him do his thing. Let me go in with give this movie a clean slate. First couple of minutes, Hope, not going to lie. I was in the audience. You were in the audience as well.
Yeah.
The crowd wasn't really feeling it. Like they were throwing some jokes out there. Like Samuel was throwing some one-liners and stuff. And nobody was laughing.
Yeah.
And nobody was really making any type of emotions. And I'm like, this is going to be one of those movies.
Yeah.
However, something happens within probably 15 minutes of the film where they actually kidnap Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when this movie steps on the gas. And it doesn't let go. Like when I tell you, Hulk, I'm going to say this now. Mm-hmm. You'll have to refresh my memory on what came out this year because I really thought about it. Because I said it to you and I was like, let me think about it before I say it on the podcast.
Yeah.
This is my favorite film of the year.
Whoa.
And it like, PD,
Whoa.
let me tell you why I like this.
This
Bro,
is huge.
You gonna like this too. Like, just some background information. PD, Hulk, and Couch, all three of us are Haitian descent. You know, so a lot of times when me and PD, we were in elementary school together, middle school together, high school together. Primarily in elementary, a lot of times I remember when it was time for Black History Month, we didn't necessarily like focus. We focused on sports more than we liked to focus on slavery.
Right.
And a lot of times you find something common with Haitians to where when you look at our revolution compared to, you know, some other countries, there's some better stories about slavery where actually, you know, the minority group overcame Europeans taking over their land. Right? Like revolutions. Yeah. And I feel like we never see that in Hollywood. PD, this film does that. Casting was a huge like for me. And I'm not talking about the big names. I'm actually talking about some of the smaller names. And this just proves you do not need to speak English to act like you have a foreign accent in Hollywood. What I mean by that is they actually got a lot of foreigners to play some roles in this movie. And I know how everybody complains how Hollywood is whitewashed. And David Yates did a good job, or the studio did a good job of actually hiring some people that fit the bill. This year, to me, it's been kind of a letdown with a lot of films. With this one, I know it's not really getting the critical love, but for me personally, that revolution aspect, I liked it. I like seeing real Africans in an African movie. I like that. From, you know, his chemistry with Jane, the romance element was cool to me. Me being a husband, for you to go from, you know, point A to point B, no matter what, to go save your wife, I thought that was like a compelling story.
Wow.
And you got to realize, PD, this is an origin movie. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Origin movies always suck.
Yeah,
they always suck. Like every
they have to
origin
tell
movies,
so much. Like they have to get.
Yeah, they do. And it's all a formula. You know, you have a hero, he's struggling from something, usually a dead parent, right? And so a lot of times when you watch an origin movie for the first time, it seems like you've seen it already because you've seen other origin movies. So I think that's like the most, this movie's an origin story. I already told you, I don't like that the fact that they Zack Snyder'd it up with all those flashbacks.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him a verb. So,
okay,
but at the
use him as a verb.
they put so much flashbacks in it, PD. And that part to me was disappointing. That's the only knock I have on the film. But to me, this is something like, I want to see where else this goes. Like,
okay.
And I don't know if it's going to get the love that it deserves because of what the critics are doing. And I think when you look at this movie, you have to compare it to other origin stories.
Gotcha.
They had a full out battle at the end of this movie. Like, it was just us versus them. Animals got involved. Crocodiles got involved. You got a one-on-one fight on the boat. It explodes.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's totally different. I expected this movie to be so generic. Like, I'm like, when I saw that first trailer, I'm like, I'm not interested. I already know what you guys are gonna do. Like, and you're coming out after Jungle Book. I don't want to see that. Yeah. I don't want to see that. And then you know, they threw me off guard every time. I thought they were gonna do a trope like, he can't speak English. Okay, boom. Guess what? He speaks English, and it
Perfect English.
yeah, perfect, and he's educated. Like, you know, this is it's so unfair when you think about people overseas, how we depict them in movies.
Yeah.
And this movie shows no, like these guys are fluent in multiple language. These guys have honor. These guys are brave. Like,
go ahead.
trust me, like Petey, you'll like this movie because I know how you think.
Because
You're
this
going
is how
to like
I
this
think
movie.
that the way that
And,
you're explaining to me is that's how it's supposed to be filmed when you're in the wild. I don't
bro,
think
like
Jungle Book did it.
They capture, you know what? They capture that balance pretty wild because not all the animals in this movie are friendly. Jane almost gets eaten by a hippopotamus. Side note, never knew hippopotamuses were that dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
I always
Swimming,
felt
they
like they were.
they all up in there.
They are.
Bro, like you're gonna be scared of hippopotamuses after this movie. I always, cause the game Hungry Hungry Hippos, I'm just always like, no, them things they're just hungry and they're just they're just slow. But now there's some gruesome moments in the wilderness.
Nice.
Apes, never wanted to play with them before. I'll definitely never pet them going forward, because in this movie they're pretty brutal. And you got you got the different animals. Like there's a stampede reminiscent to Lion King, and I'm telling you, Mufasa wouldn't have survived that stampede at the end either. But definitely
Tomato,
And you like tomato,
potato,
but